Hey everybody, Gulf Coast TDC here. Got a quick little video for you, kind of unboxing first impressions. So if you saw the title, you know what it is, but a lot of people calling this the Benchmade Bugout Killer. I don't know if they're saying it's killer, but actually I don't even know what they're saying at all because I can't hear them. But I think, this begs the question of, is it comparable to a Bugout? You can obviously see that it's inspired by a Bugout. So for everybody who doesn't know, so this is Wal-Mart's brand, so Ozark Trail. I've been trying to get this knife for quite a while now because it's sold out on their site. It's really hard to kind of maneuver to and to find. And then when you do, it was on back order for a long time. When I had it in my cart, like 580 other people had it in their cart. And just managed to snag one this past week. So it looks like it's pretty popular. You can probably see why. So first, you can kind of see the packaging here. It's coming in this kind of blister pack, obviously to protect fingers and things. There's a tip guard on it too. So for insurance purposes. So you can see it's saying 7.5 inch folding knife, 3.25 inch D2 high carbon steel blade, 4.25 inch injection handle, slide lock, belt clip. So slide lock, we're seeing that we've got a nice little Omega spring assisted Benchmade style lock there. Obviously the patent's run out, so everybody can add it to their knives now. So anyway, let's unbox this thing and we'll see what we got here. So this has got a little tip guard on it. So first impressions, I mean, it's a neat looking knife. The handles, injected molded plastic. I mean, what do you expect? But they put some quasi texturing there. It's not real deep. More probably for aesthetic purposes than anything else. But I don't know, it feels okay in the hand. You can see it's got liners in there on the handle, so they're thin though, so probably don't add a whole lot of weight. But you can see our lock here. Just kind of has that feel and that sound. If you've got a knife that has like cheap handles on it. Did I mention this knife's $10? Probably should have mentioned that. $10. I'll tell you, it sounds nice when it opens. It has the nice snikt that you want to hear when you pop it open. I will say that first handling that our button here, you can see that it's graduated with our little steps, conical pyramid kind of deal. When you push on it, it's on a sharp edge. I'm not trying to complain, but you kind of feel it. I guess maybe because of how small it is compared to other knives with this lock mechanism. Rubbing that over and over again, I don't know, you're not going to do it a lot, but if you like to fidget with it a little bit, you're going to feel that after a while. I can already kind of feel it on my thumb, so it feels a little sharp. Probably a file on that, probably take care of that, but I'm probably going to lose some of that black coating there in the process. Yeah, I mean, it slides out nice, feels good. So we see that we can see it's manufactured in China. And D2 coating, I'm sure this is going to be a lot. That's why I think there's only one coated knife that I own. And it's the Bugout. It's got the green handles and kind of has a sand colored coating on it. and I don't know what that's coated with, but it's held up well. I don't have any chips or anything on it. This is a black coating DLC, I think that's what they call it. It always ends up looking terrible, and that's why I don't get knives with it on there, because no matter what you do, after you use it, it's going to start to chip off, and I just don't like the look of it. But again, like $10, I mean, yeah, I don't know, you probably can't get anything close to this for 10 bucks. Probably just because Walmart's buying power and their connections in China, but yeah, it feels pretty good. Let's get some size comparisons. So this is what we're trying to go for here, right? So it's just our classic bug out. Got a native here. I'm sorry, yeah, is that? Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it's the native 5 lightweight. Here's a Delica 4. There's a crop duster plane flying overhead. Now, this Kaiser drop bear, I really only put it in there. It's in the same size, but to put it in there because it has liners, just like that Walmart knife does. But also, it's, you know, relatively size comparison. I mean, mostly this is because, you know, hopefully you have one of these knives and it kind of give you an idea of what the knife actually looks like size-wise. And then here's a lander. It's the original, so we can kind of see size-wise. You're in this. Probably slide these down so you can see all of them, but you know, it's the size of a bug out. So I mean, most people probably have 1 or 3 lying around somewhere. I'm gonna leave that bug out because I just, for comparison reasons, we can check it out. So we can see size-wise, they're pretty identical. You can see the lanyard holes that we have here. This one's more kind of like a triangular shape, whereas the Walmart version here is rounded. I don't know, it's going to make a whole lot of difference, but kind of see thickness, though. You can see that Walmart knife's a little bit thicker. It does have the liner in there, so adds a little bit of thickness. Does have standoffs. You can kind of see that it's just a little bit wider, and the tolerances are less. Let's see if we can zoom in without me giving you motion sickness here. So the tolerances, there's a lot more space in between, like there's a lot more empty kind of space in there. Whereas with, you know, the Benchmade, it's right up there. It's hugging it. They're getting real close. They're becoming best friends. Right here, no, not so much. So do got that kind of thickness difference. Pocket clip, a little bit longer of a pocket clip, but I will say that, you know, I mean, my guess is this is probably aluminum, but nice pocket clip, nice design. It's smooth. It doesn't have sharp edges on it. It's pretty tight. That also gives you the satisfying snicked. So good tight pocket clip. It's, you know, screwed in there with some Torx. So that's also nice. All of the screws on here are Torx. I'm not sure what size. I haven't looked quite that close yet. I'm going to assume standard sizes, 6s and 10 or 6 and 8 or something. So you can also see, though, that the thumb studs stick out quite a bit more on the Walmart knife than compared to a bug out. You can also see that standoff wise, on the bug out we've got, pay no attention to the pocket lint in there. You know, standoff right here, spacers right here and here, so really 2 spacers. The Walmart knife also has the 2 spacers, but a little bit further up on the knife. see here that we've got a spacer here and here, and then for the Wal-Mart knife it's here and then a little bit forward. It's a little bit of quasi jimping here. You can see there's a little bit longer jimping here, and the jimping is much more pronounced and it's much smoother. You know, the teeth are set closer and there's more of them, whereas this is a little bit fatter of notches. You can kind of see there, kind of follows the outline of the scales. You can see because of the extra thickness and the pocket clip geometry, it kind of sitting down, it sits much more proud. Might be hard to tell from your perspective, but you know, it's quite a bit taller sitting there. Yeah, I mean, you know, slides in the pocket fairly easy, pulls out. Blade feels sharp, not crazy sharp. You got paper with it. I mean, it's a little jaggedy feeling. Man, I don't know if I've sharpened my knife, so might be about the same. Actually, that one's a little better, probably. Well, that's not my knife's fault. It's my fault for not sharpening it. But you can see that the knife's fairly sharp. It's D2 steel, so I mean tool steel. It's should last a good long time and hold its edge relatively well. The landers, you know, also D2, so it's not a fancy blade steel, but again, $10. And my only gripe is the liners, and that's really my gripe with the drop bear too. This one's already heavier than most because it's got the titanium scales on it, but with the liners in there too, this is a weighty knife. Nice, but weighty. This one's not weighty because of that. I mean, it does weigh a little bit more. It's negligible though. For $10, I mean, I think, I don't even remember. I know that this is over $100. I don't know, maybe like 110 bucks or something. And this is $10. So you could buy 11 of these with this. You know, I'd be curious to see like how this evolves, you know, how popular it is. You know, are they gonna, different colors? Like, are they gonna go that route? Or are you gonna have, you know, just a plain steel one instead of the coating? I'd be interested to see how tough it is to get that coating off. I'm not really a fan of the black. But so that's pretty much it. It's a knife. Flicks open. Be curious to see how it breaks in, what it feels like after carrying it for a while. I do plan on carrying it, but it's not quite. There's a couple things. I mean, obviously, you know, these are first world problems on it, but since we're looking at both of them, the thumb lock there is not as smooth. There's resistance and kind of a weird grabby feel to it, probably the sharpness of the edges there. Whereas the Benchmade one, you don't even really notice it. Like, it's just so well done and so smooth that it's just not going to focus very well, is it? You just don't even feel it really. But if you look at this one, see how it kind of sticks up over the edge there? And the Benchmade is not quite flush, but it's pretty close. So curious to see, and over time, how that kind of breaks in. You know, it's the things that we don't know is, you know, what kind of metal they've used for their Omega spring. You know, is the spring going to last? Is it going to be brittle and break? I've never had issue with any of my bug outs. I've got several and the minis. Never had one break on me. But I've heard of people that have, and, you know, with this kind of knife at the price point that it's at, you know, I wonder how long that it would last. Yeah. Well, see how it carries, and maybe a follow-up video if you guys are interested in that. If you guys want to see it taken apart, if you're interested in what the internals look like, I imagine it's a lot like you know, the bug outs. But if you do, let me know in the comments, and definitely make that happen. Just wanted to get this short one out to you quick. And if you're thinking about getting it, I mean, obviously $10 if you can pick it up or it's out there. Pretty good stocking stuff for like a beater. And if you're like me, I don't know, there's certain knives that I just don't carry every day all the time, you know, cost, whatever, you like them, they're special, sentimental, you don't want to lose them. But this is kind of nice because $10, like I say, you just throw it in the truck or have one in the backpack somewhere else. So yeah, well, let me know what you think. As always, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and watching the video. And if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.